What's up, guys? Welcome to the world's greatest sports betting show. I'm your host, John Heislop, joined, as always, by my friend with the green sweatshirt, the also 0-2 friend on the NBA season, Matt Modai. What's up, dude?
It was actually 0-3, but I appreciate you saying 0-2 just to make me feel a little bit better about how it went.
It was the same guy for one bet.
That's true.
You know what I mean? True. It was only one unit that you split in half. So
yeah, that's true. Also true. Yeah,
I'm just messing with you, man. Dude, the first week or so of NBA is legit speculation betting. You know what I mean? Like, you do have data. You definitely have data. Yeah. No one's saying we don't, but like, dude, it's not as easy as people think it is.
And it's exactly why I didn't play anything for larger than half a unit for
situations. That's one reason why I was comfortable calling you 0-2, because I saw what you did. That was smart.
Yeah. If you're going to lose,
it really doesn't matter either.
You should lose without risking a lot of units. You know what I mean? Like, that's how if you're going to give out losers, make it so you're not risking a lot of units with those losers. That's kind of my philosophy.
Yeah, no, 100%. No. Again, it's the first part of NBA. I mean, there's all kinds of strategies, but there was all kinds of crying on Twitter last night from a lot of people. So that was always fun to watch. I'm a big NBA guy. So we're going to probably spend a lot of time on NBA this season whenever it overlaps with NFL, college football. You know what I'm saying? And then I guess baseball will come back, but that's way later. So yeah it'll still dominate my thoughts during all those seasons, just because, dude, the NBA is very, very fun. It's very, what should I say? It's a lot of moving parts. So one thing can really trigger so many other bets. You know what I mean? It's like floodgates open with every little piece of news. Or I'm sorry, they could open with every little piece of news that, you just want to be paying attention. That's all. Because, dude, it's a great way to make cash betting sports.
I think that if you're more than a casual bettor, if you know your stuff and you're really looking into it, the NBA is the easiest sport to make money betting, is my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's so many markets, and they're all very similar too. And you know what I'm saying? They just are. They're similar. I'm not saying they're the same. They're similar.
And things are so matchup dependent. They're so injury dependent. So if you're in the know of here are the spots that I want to target, or if you're in the know of if this guy gets ruled out, then I'm betting this guy. You wait whenever LeBron doesn't play, I'm telling you right now, bet D'Angelo Russell assist. The books never caught up with his prop last year, and he consistently. They're not going to price the ceiling outcome, which we talk about all the time.
Yeah, they can't, and that's the thing, and that's why, those matchups, the last five, all that stuff. That's why I love that that's out in the space, because it's a bunch of noise is what it is. You know what I mean?
Care.
It's all noise. So as long as you have that noise, I feel like you're good, because the sports books, they definitely, he averages this. It's but he's played 5 games against teams that are very good against centers. You know what I mean? So if you have a center that you think is going to go off tonight and he hadn't done it in 5 games, dude, it's matchup dependent. So if he hasn't seen a good spot yet, you could crush. You know what I mean? But you got to have the balls to bet the bet. And if you're a content guy, you have to have the balls to put it out there and wait for all the idiots to come up and tell you, he hasn't done that in 5 games. It's like, well, you'll get there one day, my friend. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's talk about yesterday real quick. I think your day sucked. My day was kind of whatever, blah.
Well, if you look at all the red on the screen, those are from me. If you look at all the green on the screen, those are from you.
Well, there's really one green one, and then I think we're both on Dante.
I guess
the reason I say yours sucked, it wasn't a shitty bet. It was just if you watch that game, you realize pretty quickly, the Celtics are going to run away from these guys. This sucks. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by that sucked, because it's you're watching Brunson. He did everything you said he was going to do. He was taking shots. He was scoring. He was the guy. He was all that. It's just he was never going to get the minutes to get to 30+, and he wasn't really going to take enough threes, it looked like. I mean, he just didn't really take threes in the beginning, so it's shit, he's getting downhill, and he's going to get his 3 points the old-fashioned way. And, so it definitely killed the three-pointer, but you were smart to split it in half, because if the three-pointer didn't happen, then he still could get to 30 because he was still going to be a ball dominant player. And it was just where he was choosing to score from. And you were right on that. Yep. It's just, like I said, he never got the minutes to get there.
Yeah, I mean, that one, at least I knew that was over early. Like the second I saw the first quarter, like the Celtics just bombing threes on them, I had already mentally chalked that up to an L, and I was ready to move on to the next game.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then McBride, for me, I kind of had that in the back of my head, was if I'm taking a Nick, I want to take a guard and a scorer for his points, but I don't think I want to take a starter. And then I was like, is there one? And then McBride fell in my lap because he is underpriced. Definitely. If you watched him play last night, he's good, man. He's a good scorer. That's what he is. He's a scorer. He's going to come off the bench. He might grab a few more minutes because they're getting their asses kicked. Blah, 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 blah. Everything that Brunson can do, he was probably going to try and do like shit like that. And, it didn't really work out quite. If you watch that game, he was doing a lot of – it wasn't like he brought it across every time. He was a secondary guy that got it and then just decided to score. So that helped me out there. But, so over 10.5 in hindsight, that probably should have been a 15-plus play. But I don't like to go 10. I'll do 15-plus on like 12.5. When they're standard lines 12.5, I'll go, all right, let's go 15-plus, like, 2 more points. But when it's 10.5, I get kind of scared. But it was plus 118. So I was like, you know what, I'll just go up to – because his regular line was 9.5. It was minus money. And then it was like, dude, one more point. Give me plus 118. We're fine.
Yep.
So that hit. And then that made sure I profited from the straight bets. But then Dante, that was very disappointing because if you watch in the first quarter, he had 3 assists. And we're sitting there with over 3.5 plus 128. It's like, dude, we nailed the first night. We got out of there, pretty unscathed. And then this dude never got another assist. I think he played the entire fourth quarter too, which was, oh my God, that is gut wrenching. I went to sleep though. I was like, I don't really care because I already profited. So I'm just going to take my $18 and go to sleep. And hopefully I wake up and he got one more assist somehow. But that was brutal. But hey, that's betting NBA. If you can't handle that, then you are not going to be able to handle NBA. You should start get a new hobby. Maybe go
become one of those stock market bros and brag about your 3% return over the course of a year.
No, you can do that. I would say just get out of the gambling game altogether. Just maybe save the manatees or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like get into something like that. Maybe figure out a way because there's a lot of plastic in the ocean. I heard. So I think that needs to get cleaned up, so maybe put some thought into that. But this is gonna break your brain. I'm telling you, because this happens all the time, and it's tough. That's why, like I said, man, you want to pay attention to that price, plus 118 or plus 128, because guess what? One of those hits, you go to bet a champion, and you wake up the next day. And like I said, if one of your guys does what Dante did to us last night, it's not the end of the world. Just not. Just isn't.
We move on.
What I mean? Yeah. Move on to the next day. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I didn't really talk to you about it, but I feel like you're probably going to be in on this. I think the best way to attack the NBA for us and for the viewers and listeners would be to go game by game because there's going to be certain ones that we're definitely off we don't want to talk about, but this way we don't miss anything. And then at the end – or I'm sorry, at the end we'll go over what we actually bet, but once we get to the game, we can actually talk about it.
Yeah, makes sense. Yep.
Okay. First one of the night, Indiana, Detroit. Detroit is a 5-point dog, it looks like. At home. What do you got? Anything in here?
Yeah, this is one that I was looking at. I haven't bet it, but I liked Cade Cunningham under his assist prop. I see a lot of Cade love, which I like Cade a lot. I think if you want to take his points over, I think that's fine. But if last year's any indication, the Pacers defense, they never gave up points. This is one of those things where unless you wouldn't think this is the case, but the Pacers literally gave up the fewest assists to point guards last year. Yep. What the Pacers were not was a good defense. It's worst defense gave up the fewest assists. You want to know why? They held it. They clung the shooters. They clung to the roll man. It was just an all-you-can-eat buffet going to the rim. They gave up the most points in the rim, the most points at the paint. And so if Cade Cunningham is scoring, he's probably not passing. You know what I mean? You can't get an assist and a point in the same.
Both, bro.
Can't do both.
Although I always thought if you threw it off the backboard to yourself and caught, you should get an assist.
That's actually a good point. That I think I mean, you did pass it to yourself.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was a pass, and you received the pass, but you also threw the pass. You
Yeah.
get the assist.
Well, luckily, even if the NBA enacts that rule tonight, it won't matter. Cade's probably not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, he should, though. I think everybody should have that in their bag. But anyways,
It'd be
go ahead.
cool. But yeah, so I took the under. Obviously, I took the under 7.5 for plus. Well, I didn't take it. If I were to take it, it'd be the under 7.5 for plus money. I'm not touching anything minus whatever, minus 145, minus 140. No way. And it's just based on last year's data. If you're playing it, play it for a half unit because, I mean, the card gets reshuffled year over year. Maybe the Pacers with different roster are going to play differently than they played last year, and it's no longer the case. But like the Pistons don't really have shooters.
How much different are the Pacers? Do we know?
Well, it's really just like they got Siakam in the middle of the year, and they weren't going to completely change their defensive strategy. So maybe they do with the summer. I don't know. Like that's the thing. It's all speculation. So if we're going off last year's data, this is a smash under, and I think it's worth half unit. I didn't play it. I still might. It's one of those ones that I have like 3 that I know, like I already bet that I'm good with, and then there's a couple I'm waffling. This is in the waffle category.
Okay. I was going to take Cade Cunningham over his assist, but I did not take it, and I did not take it for all those reasons that you just said. Indiana last year, they literally gave up more points to the paint than anybody, and then also at the same time, assists per field goals made for opponent. They were best in the NBA at that. I mean, I guess if you want to call that best in the NBA, but they had the lowest percentage. So you didn't really need the assist there. That kind of led me to well, actually, before I get off Cade, I would look for Cade soon, though. He's going to have a breakout year, I think. I think Ivy's going to be a lot better for him. I think Ivy can do some catch and shoots where he didn't really do it before because Monty Williams is gone from there.
Yeah,
and
that guy's
Monty Williams was Ivy's problem. Like, Ivy is a good player. He's a very good player. But like any young kid, you get told certain things by your coach, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Like those two obviously didn't get along. So that's a thing. So Cade's assist will be in play. Next game is against the Cavs. Next game is against the Celtics. Next game is against the Heat, then the 76ers. So I don't know when we're playing this. Just because they could get their asses kicked by the Celtics. The Heat, you wouldn't target. The Cavs, maybe we check that out and see what they look like tonight.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a chance. So hopefully this dude has like 4 assists tonight and we can just hammer the over next time, but we're not going to be able to do that. That's nothing for tonight. Points-wise, if anything, I would say Jalen Duren points. I think he was 12.5. I'm trying to get – there we go. Finally. Jalen. So it looks like, it's gone up. So you'd have to take 15+ at even money. I don't know if that's really a move I want to make right away. I would look into his double-double, which was a minus 175 at somewhere.
Wow.
But that is even too much. Let me see if I might get a better price. Yeah, looking at the screen here, OddsJam, minus 165 at BetMGM. So I'm out on that. One note, though, FanDuel does have a double-double parlay profit boost, so 2 or more people. So if you wanted to, I think I think Duren is probably your best bet there. So grab him, and then now we can find another guy at some point in our journey for today. But yeah, I've got nothing on this game. I think Jaden Ivey points, if you wanted to go 20+.
That's what I was going to say.
I think that's very reasonable. Did not do that yet. There is a chance I do that later on today. That'll be posted to Dub Club as soon as I do it. My link's in the bio. $5 week. All right. I'm doing the $5 week again. If you want in, let's go. Let's go right now. Like I said, it's blast off time. So you can do that. If not, then just wait until the 4:00 stream today on OddsJam on this channel, and you'll know if I'll let you know whatever I did throughout the day. But Ivy 20+ is definitely something to look for. Again, that kid looked very confident. It's just, again, I don't love it because passes are not going to be coming from Cade, most likely. And
he's going to have to do it himself. Yeah.
Yes, which he can do. No one's saying he can't do that. It's just, Tobias Harris is probably going to be a spot-up guy, so you might not have to worry about him too much. But Cade, you're going to have to worry about. Cade could drop 30 tonight. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just the way it works. And then at the same time, lobs to Jalen Duren could happen, or Jalen Duren just scoring in the paint himself. So
yeah.
So anyways, we can go on. we can go to your team, the Milwaukee Bucks and Philadelphia 76ers. Is anyone playing for Philly?
Yeah. One player is. That's all that matters. Tyrese Maxey. So the frustrating thing is I took him to make 4+ 3-pointers. I got that at plus 120. Last I checked, that got smashed all the way down to plus 100. Looks like that is still the case. You can get a plus 105 if you're a Bovada guy. I would still take it if you can get the plus price. It's no Embiid, so his usage rate is going to skyrocket. He's not going to get any catch and shoot opportunities, but that's fine because he's going to get a ton of pull up opportunities. The Bucks were a defense that you would want to target for pull up opportunities. They gave up. Very similar to the Celtics. It's like them too in terms of how they play defense. How you want to target the Bucks, if it's a mid range guy like a DeMar, you want to go with points. Maxey's not a mid range guy. He's going right to the rim or he's shooting threes, and the rim is not going to be very favorable with like Giannis patrolling the paint and Brook Lopez back there. So I think it's going to be more of a 3-point fest for Tyrese Maxey. His 3-point shot looked awesome in the preseason. He's turned himself to an awesome high volume 3-pointer. You could even go 5+ if you really wanted to get spicy, but I just took the 4 for plus money. And that was an official play. I bet that. I gave it out on my channel.
Okay, so that is a bet. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I'd still take it even money, so we can call that. Just know that if you were with Modi's Dub Club, you have plus 120 instead
Correct.
of even money. Long term, if you plan on doing this longer than today, that's a big deal. 20 cents.
Very important to get the best price. Yeah.
20 cents is pretty big. Yeah, I'm out on this game completely. Like, just
don't blame you.
Completely out. I think that there is a definite chance for a blowout here, and I don't want any side of that. Speaking of which, Cleveland and Toronto both seem that seems to be a very, very big blowout spot. So for that reason, I have not bet Darius Garland over 2.5 threes yet. There is a chance I bet it. It's plus 115 at BetMGM right now. That new coach, Cleveland, he wants threes. Like, that's been the thing.
Yeah.
Or that everything I've read said that dude wants to shoot threes. So there's that. Donovan Mitchell, I mean, obviously he's in play 3.5 at plus 130, plus 133 at Caesars, it looks like. I don't mind that, but I think Garland is the one just because he's going to see the biggest uptick because he kind of shot threes and he kind of didn't shoot threes. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's a weird year, yeah.
Whereas now, dude, he shot 10 in one game in the preseason. He went 0 for 5 another game. So still, he did not make one, and he ended up still shooting 5. So, like, that just goes to show, like, they are going to shoot. We always talk about when we're taking a 3-point shooter, we're not taking a guy that we think's hot. There's no betting the hot guy because, like, you have no clue if he's hot tonight. You know what I'm saying? He had a good game yesterday. That does not mean today he's hot. So, but what we do target is guys that we think are going to shoot more threes than what these books seem to think. And the idea that they're pricing them 2.5 plus money for the over for a guy who I really think could take 10 threes tonight. Like, I'm not saying he is. No one's saying that. I'm saying he could. And since it's only 30%, yeah, I'll take that at plus money. But that. I haven't done it yet. I would definitely say BetMGM is the spot at plus 115. Right now, it's plus 104 at FanDuel, which that's where I'd have to actually bet it. So there's that.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all. I know. I don't know if this held true. Like, at what point in the season this all happened, but the Raptors were a team that gave up a ton of above the break 3-pointers at one point last year. I don't know if that held true over the course of the year or not, but I didn't look at this game. This was a complete no touch for me. Two teams I don't really know what to do with. It's like a Cavs roster, or Cavs with the new coach. Toronto, like, you really can't. They sold their team halfway through the year last year. It's like nothing. You can't go off anything from last year. I know a lot of people like Grady Dick. I'm not gonna talk people off that, but I didn't touch it.
Yeah. Nigel's a big Dick guy.
Oh yeah,
loves Dick, loves it. So
nice.
him. So that's a big deal. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what you got in him. I think that kid can shoot. I remember him at Kansas being like, dude, like this kid might be like a
Yeah,
shooter, but I don't really know what role they have planned for him. So
yeah.
we'll watch him tonight, but that game could end up being a blowout as well because Toronto looks like they probably could suck. Like there's a chance they suck.
Tanking for Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a chance that team is not good. Speaking of another not good team, we'll go to the Brooklyn Nets at the Atlanta Hawks. The Nets definitely suck. Like I can look at this roster right now and tell you this team sucks.
And you could look at this roster right now, and their 3 best players probably won't be on it at the end of the year. Like they're probably going to trade Finney Smith and Cam Johnson at least.
Yeah, I think Cam Johnson is a good player, very good player. He's unbettable for me just because of how he scores. He could hit just 8 threes, dude, and he could also miss 6 of them and only score 4 points. So, like, you know what I mean? And then Cam Thomas, I'm a big Cam Thomas guy. Always have been. Go back and watch the tape. He's always been my guy. But it's 25 is minus.
Too high.
It's minus 120 or minus 106 actually at FanDuel. Minus 105 at BetMGM. But yeah, I'm not minus 105 for 25 points. Like, I'm all set. I can find something better than that, most likely. If I was, it would definitely be a move on Jalen Johnson, 20-plus points. I have not bet that yet, but I could bet that. Even in a situation where they do roll this team, I think we could get Johnson to 20 before he takes a seat for the night. It's plus 135 at FanDuel, so that is firmly in play. And I've seen a lot of Dyson Daniels love on Twitter. I don't know if tonight's the night, but we'll get a real good chance to see, you know, like how they view him. Like what is he even doing out there? So yeah, we'll see there. But like I said, the only thing I got on my radar from that game is Jalen Johnson 20+. And like I said, I haven't bet that yet. I know if you're listening and you're like, dude, well, what have you bet? We're going to get there. I have 2 good ones. I promise you we're going to get there. And like I said, these leans, you're probably going to see them later as bets tonight because I'm not, it's not a lean that I'm going to go brag. I'm saying it's a lean. Like I still might bet it. It's just
right.
11 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? I haven't bet it yet, but I'm probably going to bet that. So 20+ points. If you want to jump the gun and go grab it now, you can. But yeah, but that's the only thing for me. What about you? Anything?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat where I didn't bet anything in this one. I kind of like Trae Young 30+ points. It's kind of like they traded away DeJounte Murray, and now Trae Young gets to run the show again. And I mean, the Nets could not guard point guards last year. I can't imagine that would be any different this year. I can imagine they're probably going to be a lot worse at it this year. I'd like it better if Claxton was playing because that just kind of muddies things up at the rim. And I think Claxton's questionable if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't know that he's going to play.
I think it was a hammy. If I remember correctly, it's a hammy injury. So if Claxton's out, then I probably would pivot to your Jalen Johnson because he's one that's going to attack the rim and he could be a shooter this year as well. They just gave him a ton of money.
I think that kid is the second. I think he's supposed to be a scorer. I think he averages 20 points a game this season.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those ones where like you're looking at the game 1 lines, and you look at 10 days from now, it could be 5 points different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really believe that. Like I'm dead serious when I say that. I really think that this dude is going to be, a second fiddle for them and a good one.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, let's move. You cool?
Good.
Okay. I'm going to go now to Orlando and Miami, which is a very gross game. Just disgusting. I have nothing from it, but I do have something that I might end up betting. I'm definitely, all right, so I got to take the dogs for a walk again. And like, cause I had to go on a short one today and I almost I do a lot of talking like myself into shit on these walks. If I go on another one, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Do you ever do that? Like, you're
yeah.
I don't know what you're gonna do. Like, I don't know, a lot of clarity on walks, but I almost talked myself into this, but I went somewhere else. But this is crazy. All right, this is really crazy. But it's narrative driven, but it's not totally narrative. Bam Adebayo, 2+ threes is plus 305 at Caesars.
So if you use Bet365, that is plus 700.
Oh my God.
plus 700 at Bet365.
Why don't I have Bet365? Ballybet won't even list them.
Is he? See, Bet365 isn't legal in Massachusetts.
No.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Jesus.
700.
I mean, what the fuck, man? Like, why, dude? That just I probably won't bet it now.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your day. I wanted to be something.
No. I needed to know that because I would have found that out later. Somebody would have put that in the chat.
Yeah,
I would have been like, oh. All right, so Bam is not a 3-point shooter, but everything I've read coming out of Miami, everything, like there's even two sides to this. As saying Bam wants to shoot more threes. In the Olympics, he kind of did, but he's on the Olympic team. So you can't really look at how many threes do you take in the Olympics. The fact that he took any tells me that, okay, this dude wants to shoot threes. You know what I mean? Because like you're playing with, you imagine that, dude, you're on LeBron's team and you're not a 3-point shooter, but you're out there chucking up threes. Like that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like
imagine looking at Steph Curry and Kevin Durant and then deciding to shoot a 3-pointer if you're Bam.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, what are you doing? But the guy wants to shoot threes. He did shoot a few in the Olympics. So there's that. But there's been a conscious effort for him to shoot threes. Okay. So against Atlanta in the preseason, he played 23 minutes. He took 3 of them. He only hit 1. Against the Spurs, he played 23 minutes and he took 3 of them. Against Charlotte, the first game of the preseason kind of tells you everything you need to know. He took 5 of them. And he only played 16 minutes. So there was definitely a, hey, when I'm out there for my time tonight, I'm going to just jack up some threes.
I'm gonna try,
5. If he shot 5 3-pointers tonight, which again, it's a lot. Don't get me wrong. I know for Bam because he just he's not a 3-point shooter, but that's the thing. He might be now. Like that's what, you know what I'm saying, in the books cannot catch up to that. Like at all. There's no chance they could catch up to that. Like today, they could tomorrow because obviously they're going to look at this game and be like,
he shoots 5.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, why is Bam Adebayo shooting 5 threes? But I mean, last season, he shot 35% from 3. He didn't take very many. I mean, he didn't even average 1 a game. But think about that for a second. 35% from 3. And what if he took 5 tonight? That's not it. Like that's not exactly where we need to be, like math wise, but like that's right there at 2. Except the clincher here is that it's plus 305.
Yeah, well that's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, so if he takes 5 3-pointers, if he makes 1, that's 20%. If he makes 2, that's 40%. What number is 35% closer to?
Yes,
20 or 40.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree, and it's like I don't know, like he obviously wants to do this, like. Look, like I said, dude, why is he taking 3 threes in a preseason game and only played 20 minutes? You know what I'm saying? Like you go through last year in the beginning of the season, 1, 2, 3. He took 3 threes total in the first 20 games. Took 2. It wasn't until late in the season.
It's when he started.
Is when he started shooting. Like now you're gonna see some 2 for 2s, 2 for 3s, 1 for 3, 0 for 1. But like, dude, it was early in the year. He didn't take anything. So like he barely took them. In the playoffs, obviously, like I mean, against Boston, he took a couple, never hit 2. But again, that's the play. That's way different. That's not even remotely the same thing as an October game against the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, my only thing with the Bam 3-pointers is I bet him 1 time to make 1 3-pointer last year. In the first quarter, the first 6 minutes of the first quarter, he took 2. They were both incredibly inaccurate, and he never shot again. So
he never shot again. Yeah,
my head,
that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, this is not me saying it's a bad bet. This is me just talking through like the bettor's mind.
No, trust me. That's the one thing about 3-point shooters. Whenever you take a guy to hit like 2 or multiple, and he's not really a 3-point shooter, he puts up that first one, and if it's not good, it's a problem. Other side of that though is if you got the under on one of those guys and he hits the first one, you might as well turn the TV off because you know that fucker's shooting a couple more. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, I'm on, let's go. Yeah. So, but Bam plus 305, 2+, that'll be one that I possibly play. I can't believe you can get 700 somewhere. You can get 340 at Bet Online for that.
Yeah. Um,
700. Jesus Christ. It's 180 at FanDuel.
yeah. I mean, have you ever seen that big of a difference between like like two books that are
They're good.
generally a popular book? Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
it's crazy. I have a
Anything
play
from
for
you?
this. Yeah, I do have a play for this one that I did bet myself. It's another 3-point prop. It's KCP, Caldwell Pope, 3+ 3-pointers,
Yeah,
plus
you love
250.
him, huh?
I do. And the thing with that is like it's a matchup play against the Heat, where if you look at last year, the Heat they gave up the fourth most corner 3-pointers and the sixth most catch and shoot 3-pointers, and overall the second most points via spot up. What is KCP doing on offense? He's standing in the corner, he's catching the ball, and he's shooting, and he's spotting up. And last year, the Magic had nobody in their starting lineup that you would consider a plus shooter. Like Jalen Suggs turned himself into a pretty decent shooter, and he led the team in catch and shoot 3-point attempts and points via spot up last year. But overall, they took the 10th fewest corner threes and the 9th fewest catch and shoot 3-pointers. Now, KCP is not like a high volume guy. He's not someone that's going to average over 8 3-pointers per game, but he can shoot. And the only reason why he was brought in for the Magic was to play defense and is to take the ball in the corner, to catch it and shoot it if it goes his way. And the Magic desperately need that. In the Heat defense, they're going to try and shut down stuff in the paint in the mid-range with Paolo and Franz. Like that's how the Heat play defense. They don't give up anything in the paint, but they'll give up those shots in the corner, as I just said, fourth most in the NBA last year. And Spo's still there. Basically, their same roster still there, just no Caleb Martin. They're going to play the same way. And I think that, again, KCP, like they brought him to Orlando to catch the ball and to shoot. And he's a decent shooter. He's not amazing. He's decent. And 3+ should not be plus 250.
I like it. Yeah, I'm with you. Right now, looking across the market, you had some 220 at FanDuel. Yeah, you're not getting 250 anymore, that means it's a good bet on your part.
250 was it was 250 FanDuel, so that did come down where I got it at.
Oh, that's a good thing. You want that. I know the listener has to be like, well, shit. But I mean, at the same time, like that's what you're kind of looking for.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be a better price than by the time we talk about it. That usually is one where I'm like, oh shit, what did I miss?
Yeah.
All right, so we can move on to the Bulls Pelicans. I actually do have a bet.
Okay.
That I would have one at some point, and that some point is now. I'm gonna go DeJounte Murray 10+ assist, and I'll do that at plus 200 at FanDuel. It's plus 195 now. Okay, plus 270. I tried to do it at 260 earlier at DraftKings. They only let me bet $18. So I rage bet it at FanDuel.
What's the 270?
270 is 10+ at DraftKings. So if you can wager a unit at DraftKings, bet right now DeJounte Murray 10+ assist plus 270. That is a dog shit line. That is unbelievably bad. Like I don't even think I'm looking at Caesars at plus 170 and thinking like, what are you guys doing? You know what I mean? Like that's not like them. They're sharp. Caesars very good, tough to beat that book. So if you're beating them, hats off to you because you're good. But yeah, I think he's the point guard now. You could take everything that you saw in Atlanta last year, except for the time when dude went out, Trae Young.
Trae Young was hurt, yeah.
So when he went out, go look. Murray was playing point guard again, and he was dropping 10+ dimes all the time. But he was also the scorer. I don't think he is the scorer here. Like I don't think he has to score, if that makes any sense at all. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he views his role, and maybe the coach staff views his role as a distributor, because you've got Zion, which point Zion does work. I'm not saying that like it does work. So he will probably bring it up a little bit here and there if he plays. I think he's playing tonight.
I think he's playing, yeah.
But look at the roster. Brandon Ingram, he's a scorer. Somebody that, like I said, like you're gonna get catch and shoot. You're gonna get a lot. Like you're gonna see the ball go to Brandon Ingram, and then him dribble it around for a while, and then like you lose your assist that way. So that sucks. But Murray is gonna be a dime dropper this year. Like I'm very sure of it. Like remember Murray from San Antonio?
Oh yeah,
he was a dime dropper. So he's got talent around him in New Orleans. So 10+ plus 200. plus 270 is what we're going to quote on the show because obviously the line is legitimately right there. We can all see it.
And it's DraftKings. It's not like some Bobo random book.
Yeah,
it's
it's not some wild book that, you got to I don't know.
You pay in crypto.
Yeah, crypto book. You can't even download the app. Like someone has to send you a link. It's not even in the store. And your phone's like, dude, don't download this shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I got to, man. Yeah, 270.
No, dude. I like it. I can tell you where
10 plus.
I can tell you where at least 2 of those assists are coming from, and it's a play that I haven't bet yet. It's in the waffle category. It's Herb Jones. Yeah. The reason why I haven't bet a lot of these plays is like I'm doing exactly what I told myself I wouldn't do at the end of last year, where like I fall in love with these 3-point props, and then I look at the data.
You keep coming up with the 3. We just had this talk yesterday.
I know.
I was amazing in this one, this market, that market, that market. I have data to support this. Like I'm looking at my spreadsheet from last year. All this. I was not good at 3s, but let's go to the 3s.
See, I fall in love with these 3-point props, and I didn't bet this one. I didn't bet it.
What is it you think? Do you think it's because it's such a low number? A lot of times it's like 1.5 or like 2. You know what I mean? Like it's like the guy hit 3.
It's that, and it's also how big the numbers get when you jump up. Like, so you're telling me I could it's like for KCP, it was like minus 120 for 2, and then it's plus 250 for 3. Like I fall in love with that, and you see times like. With Tatum last night, he made like 5 in the first quarter. You're like, see that people can do this. So I think that's what I fall in love with. And it's also, the Bulls are similar. Like they gave up like the most 3-point attempts in the NBA last year, the most catch and shoot, the most corner 3, like just a ton of drive and kick. Part of like their roster is kind of same coach, but they're like I don't know, Caruso's not there. They added Giddey, Lonzo's back, DeRozan's gone. It's just like a lot of mixing and matching on the roster. I don't know if they're going to play any differently. But Herb Jones, like he's an awesome 3-and-D player. Like he's going to play because his defense is awesome. And he's turned himself into a decent shooter. And it's kind of like he's going to stand there, he's going to catch the ball, and he's going to shoot. And he'll probably get 5 to 6 attempts. He just got to make 2 of them. And it's plus 125, I think is what I didn't bet it, but what I saw it at was plus no, actually I saw it at plus 135. So maybe that went down a little bit. But
yeah, we got plus 135 right here at DraftKings. So
there we go. Yep, there we go.
You get plus 135 for that. Yeah, 1.5. Chicago, most assists per field goal made defensively last year. So that's probably because guys are catching 3s and drilling them. So
yeah.
Yep. All right, Herb Jones. There it is. So you're waffling on that one?
That's in the waffle category. Yeah.
I'm gonna probably bet that.
Well, now that I know you're on DeJounte assists, I'll probably bet both. Honestly, I'll probably put like maybe a quarter unit on each of them because they are a little bit longer shot plays.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like to just go like this full unit. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like life's too short, dude.
In a week, I will be in that category. Right now, I'm still in.
We'll find out what happens.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you hit one of these, you realize, oh, cool, that just covered 2 more bets. So I can't get hurt too bad. You know what I mean?
It's the best. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, a few more games. So we got to get going here. Hornets, Rockets.
I got nothing.
Okay. I'm looking Brandon Miller, but I'm not gonna break him out. I don't think yet. I think the Rockets might be good.
I agree.
They might actually be good. They might actually be okay defensively, which sucks because they're like in my brain. I don't have that you know what I'm saying? That's not the first thought that comes to my mind. It's like it should. But Brandon Miller, 20 plus points is plus 120 at Ballybet. Yeah, I think he drops 20 points. That's my analysis. I think he can score 20. I think he is an incredible player. I think he's so much better than people think he is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what people think, but it just feels like they don't like. I don't know. It just feels like there's not a lot of like buzz around him. But like that dude is nasty. He's a shooter.
Yeah.
Always has been since college. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a big shooter. But so there's that. They got Ball on that team, so I think they might be able to stay in games. Miles Bridges is there too, so there is a chance. Like there's a chance that game is not an absolute beatdown. But that's what took me that's what took him in from like the I have to bet this to like maybe I just watch as a fan
and see. Yeah.
I just see what happens. The next one I have something in. It's the Grizzlies Jazz.
I wonder if we have the same play. Let's see.
All right, I took Zach Edey double plus 310 at
That's
Bally Bet.
I didn't know that was a price. That's crazy.
Dude, all right, so I was looking for a match. Yeah, it's still there. Check it out. I was looking for a match for Jalen Duren.
Okay.
And for that FanDuel special. And I saw it was like 220. I was like, oh, well, I'm not putting that in the, you know what I'm saying, that part. Like I was trying to find like it's a profit boost. So I'm trying to find something that's, 200 minus 200. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find something a little easier. I wanted a big man, and I didn't want a point guard for assist. You know what I mean? Like there are going to be some tens, but again, like we don't have a point guard out there with like 11 and a half assists as his standard line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
yeah.
like,
Even Halliburton. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you just kind of like, yeah, I don't know about that. So that's why I was looking for a big man, and Edey definitely fits the description. I think he's going to play 28 minutes. Like they say he's splitting with.
He's good.
Whatchamacallit. I don't think it's Brandon Clark. I don't know that he's going to be totally split in half. Like I think he's going to play like a starting center. There's no Triple J. So there's that.
Yeah.
That helps a lot. But as much as this is about Edey, it's also about the Jazz. They just gave up in the preseason. I know it's preseason, but the last two games. How do you say the kid's name from Connecticut? Klingon?
Yeah, Zach. Not Donovan Klingon.
Donovan Klingon went 14 and 20 against them. The Jazz, they give it up in the paint and they can't rebound. Sabonis, guess what he did?
I'm guessing really well.
29 and 17.
Oh my God.
This is in the preseason. This is on Walker Kessler. I mean, other guys were playing. Walker Kessler wasn't out there the whole time. So if you're listening, Walker, I'm not saying it's totally you, but Zach Edey's going to eat your ass alive. I feel like he is a problem. So the idea that a double-double is 310 is absolutely bananas.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When you're talking about a 7'4" guy who's probably going to get you 10 points just on lobs from Ja Morant, and then now miss shots just because the Jazz run up and down the floor. And he didn't look that bad in preseason running up and down the floor. So, like, it's not like
he can move.
Yeah, it's not like you're talking about a big that's just too big to play. You know what I mean? Like, if Shaq played these days, I don't know if Shaq would have been totally Shaq. You know what I mean? But, like that type of big man's gone, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. Whereas
and Edey, he can move better than you think.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, when I saw that line, I was just like, holy shit. Like,
no, that's crazy.
Holy shit.
I would say my favorite bet of the night is in this game. It's Ja Morant assists. You kind of already hinted at a reason why I like it, because he's got that pick and roll partner with Zach Edey. He's going to get 4 assists to Edey alone. You could do the over 8.5 for plus 128 at Bet Rivers, plus 120 at ESPN Bet. You could also get the 10 plus if you wanted to really be spicy, which it's at 205 at DraftKings, plus 220 at Bet 365. The way I did it, and the odds have been nuked since I bet it. I put 1 unit on over 8.5, but I got it. Or sorry. I put 1 unit on 8 plus, but I got way better odds than what's currently offered. So I'm not suggesting that anymore. I just want to tell the people what I did. If I'm betting it right now, which the people watching this unfortunately have to bet it right now, I would do the 9 plus, and I would put a half unit or full unit depending on your confidence on that. Or again, you could get spicy and go with 10 plus, but it depends on your risk tolerance and stuff like that. I think a half unit on 9 plus, a quarter unit on 10 plus is a good way to go. Regardless, I think the assist prop is awesome for Ja Morant. He only played in 9 games last year, so like nobody really knows what to expect from him. In those 9 games, he got to 8 6 times, 6 of 9. That's very nice. He got to 9 once, and he got to 10 3 times. So he like hit the double-digit number in 3 games. And then if you look at the 3 games he went under, 2 of them he had exactly 7 assists. So that just would have hooked the over 7.5. Regardless, what that means is in 8 of 9 games, his floor was 7 assists. He averaged 8.1 per game. But the more important number here is he averaged 15.8 potential assists per game. I get it. He only played 9 games, so it's like you can't really extrapolate it out. But if you did extrapolate that out, that would have been the 4th most potential assists per game on average. And
Not bad.
Not bad. The matchup against the Jazz, same coach, similar roster. They gave up the most assists to point guards in the entire NBA last year. Per props.cash, they were the best point guard assist matchup as well. And that's not always the same because sometimes the books will overprice stuff. That's not the case. Like people were blowing their assist prop out of the water against the Jazz. It's because they gave up the 5th most points per game specifically to pick in the roll man on a pick and roll. That's Zach Edey. That's I don't know if Brandon Clark, like whoever, and they're going to run a ton of pick and rolls. Ja ran a ton of pick and rolls when he played last year, and they allowed the 4th most catch and shoot 3-point attempts as well. I can tell you right now, if the roll man is scoring and the person is catching and shooting and scoring, that's an assisted play. Ja Morant's usage rate is going to be obscene in this game. So I love the Morant assist play. Like I said, it's my favorite play of the night.
Beautiful. Yeah, I might go 10 plus on him too. He's
Yeah.
going to be in my giant ass parlay.
There we go. I love it. Thousandaire?
We might be thousandaires after today. I'm going to work on that literally the second we hang up. So yeah, that's all I got left. I just need one more straight play, which we probably already talked about it, but I'm not sure which one it's going to be because the Edey one I did with a $25 bonus bet at Ballybet.
Okay.
Who screw them. I took 2 guys in soccer yesterday and parlayed them together. I took them from the EV page, right? And at OddsJam. And one of them didn't play, so the whole thing voided. But the other one that did play, he hit his. So I didn't even get credit for the straight play.
Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, that's dumb.
It's like, dude, no, if you do that and you're a book, you suck. Like, what are you doing, man? It's a straight play. Just make a straight play. Come on.
It's not hard. Yeah, everybody does.
Dude, Tony on the corner used to do that. And even the shadiest bookmakers on the planet will do that for you.
Yeah.
That's not a weird request. I'm not begging for anything. That's just like a normal thing. So anyways, so I was watching this guy. I'm like, yeah, dude, he scored. He had 2 shots. I think I had him over 1.5. I'm thinking I'm all happy. I'm like, dude, where did I even bet that? And then I was looking around for it. And I couldn't find him. Like, oh, because it's voided. Like, you scumbags. But anyways, Warriors, Trailblazers. I got nothing. There's 1,000 people that play for the Warriors, and they're probably all going to play.
Yeah.
So that's difficult for me to get anywhere on those. And then, like I said, the Trailblazers are a blowout watch every time they put their uniforms on. They do have some guys, but I was a big Scoot guy. Turns out he's not going to be a thing. So
he might be bad.
Yeah, we got to sit through that. If you got anything,
I wouldn't even put this in the waffle category. It's Anthony Simons points just because he's going to shoot the ball 50 times. That's it. But I didn't bet it, and I wouldn't. I'd be lying if I said I was waffling over it. So.
Yeah, that was one of those gateway plays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All right, I'll look in there, and then you're like, yeah, I'm out, man. You don't want to get it addicted to crack. That's basically what's going to happen if you take that.
If you take Anthony Simons, yeah.
Yeah. Phoenix Suns, Los Angeles Clippers, last game of the night. I admittedly am having trouble with this because I kind of want to get in on Zubac, but he was my gateway guy into this game. And then I started really liking James Harden. What if we get vintage James? Because and hear me out, I know you're probably not a James Harden guy, being that you're a Philly fan, but motivated James is very good. And if you think about it, you get
well, it's not the playoffs, so
yeah, but you get one-man team James back. Where it's I know what you're saying. He's gonna do it, but one-man team James could be deadly. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no Paul George, there's no Kawhi Leonard. What if he just decides, hey, I'm gonna show up and just score? Because he's definitely capable of that.
We haven't seen one-man team James in a long time. I would,
dude.
Yeah. I mean, this is vintage me. I would, if it were up to me, I'd like the threes better than the points because if he can't drive to the rim, he might just chuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it.
It's just I don't. Here's the thing, though. I don't want to get to the 10 o'clock slate and be like, oh fuck, I got James Harden's my bet.
Yeah.
Like, what was I thinking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you could go. Looks like 3+. Oh, they don't even
Yeah.
have. Okay, my here. I'll show you.
You'd have to go 4+.
Yeah, 160 Caesars. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I could think of like maybe his points and assists. Maybe he's like it's like vintage James where he's like a bunch of lobs, a bunch of kickouts, and it's just points and assists.
Well, if that's the case,
They just points.
give me all the Zubac you can give me.
True.
You know what I
True.
mean? Like, give 15+ on Zubac. I've been waiting for him to become a thing. The only thing I don't like about him is he kind of looks like that dude, Vandersloot, that killed that girl in Aruba. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't actually.
It was a big story. Natalie Holloway. So
Oh, Jordan
kid,
Vandersloot.
Yep, the kid's name was Vandersloot that killed her. He actually said he didn't. Kind of got away with it for a little while. Went somewhere else, like to like South America, killed another girl. And it's like,
Jesus.
what the fuck, man?
He
like,
does look like
why
him.
are you killing? And then like, yeah. So then like I've seen a million stories, and then every time I see Zubac, I'm like, dude, he looks like he like might kill someone, and it's like that's why. Like, so it's nothing against him. It's just that dude looks like they look similar.
Yeah, they do. You're right.
Get to the point where it's like, damn, man, like I don't know. Like, do I want to bet on this guy? But here's why I do. 15+ is plus 132 at Ballybet. That's minus 110 at Caesars.
Huh.
Plus 115 at FanDuel.
Not bad.
Yeah. So I mean, I think you take plus 132 at Ballybet and just hope that he is actually a thing. Because I think that he is, dude. Like, he's not bad. And the other team has another big guy, that Nurkic guy. Remember when he
Nurkic.
shattered his leg, dude? It was like the grossest injury. He's like, what the fuck?
He
Remember
Paul
that?
Georged. Yeah, he Paul Georged his leg.
Yeah, it was like so gross. But I heard that this dude's gonna play more. That's what people are saying. Zubac, because he was a vintage, like he only played 12 minutes guy or 22 minutes.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, that pisses me off when they do that. But like, I don't know. Like, I think he has a bigger role. So possibly him 15+ points, plus 132, or maybe even just go double. But I don't think Phoenix is the matchup, but they're not the matchup. Do you know what I mean? Like they could be a decent center matchup. They could be, but they could also not be.
Yeah. They could. Yeah, you never know. I could see it. I kind of like the Tyus Jones assist just because like someone's got to play point guard. You worry that it's going to be like a his turn, my turn, which is Booker, Beal, and Durant, and that like nobody's getting assists. So
yeah, the Timberwolves. They're going to Timberwolves us.
Yeah, and like and Tyus Jones' assist number is pretty high. It's 7.5 at plus 120 at FanDuel, plus 140 at Bet Rivers. I mean, it's minus 104 and plus 100 at Bet Online. So like that is decent pricing. It's just like the 8+ number. I don't know if he's an 8+ guy. Again, especially if it's just like he brings the ball up the court, then he passes it to Devin Booker, and then he stands in a corner. That's the only thing.
Okay. All right. So Zubac did sign an extension, 3-year, $58 million.
Yeah, they like Zubac. They like him.
Yeah, but like they would only play him, like they just didn't play him much.
They liked him in limited minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, in the playoffs though, 16-9, 32 minutes a game. So yeah. Hang on one second. Hang on. I'm gonna read what I've just found on Google. So anyone could do this, but Zubac is going to be in the role he's been in for most of his 5+ year Clippers tenure, the team starting center. However, things are different this year. Paul George is gone, so is Russell Westbrook. Kawhi Leonard's injured and will be on a load management plan. The Clippers' offseason additions were largely defense-first players. All that means that while Zoo will still be the Clippers starting center, he will almost certainly have a larger role on offense than he's ever had previously, namely as someone the Clippers will use to actively get buckets. So
there you go.
I don't know. I mean, Fucked. I'm taking it. All right. So I'm probably going to do that. I need something for the late game, but I might sit on it because I got Murray.
See how your day's going?
Yeah, I need somebody earlier, though, than Murray. I need something from the 7 o'clock game, but
Yeah.
Pistons and Pacers just aren't where it's at. Like, they kind of are, but they're kind of not either. Like, I just wish the Pacers gave up more assists, then we'd be locked and loaded.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it. I mean, that's the NBA slate. I don't have anything for NFL yet other than Matthew Stafford, 250-plus passing yards. That was bet at FanDuel, and that was plus 134. They're offering me a cash out of $100 on that, and I put 100 on it, so I'm guessing that his line went up.
Probably.
Hang on one second. It's 132, so yeah, it did not. So that's still bettable if you want it. Think that the Vikings are going to be very difficult to run against. Rams get Cooper Kupp back. So I don't know. I just could see it. I think that the Vikings are going to score on the Rams. I think that the Rams are going to have to play from behind. So a lot of things working for us there, and it's only 250. Not a big number.
Not a big number. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well, all right, man. If you got nothing else, I got nothing else.
I'm good.
Dude, that was awesome, man. I cannot wait for tonight. I love the NBA. That is so fun to bet. It's the shit. If you want to hear more from the great Matthew Modi, you can follow him at Twitter at Jedi Modi. I would do that right now if I were you. It feels like the smart move. I'm Slop Rules on Twitter. You can follow me, find everything I do there. You can also subscribe to this channel and get the notifications on. That way you don't miss anything. We go live, but we've been kind of going live at like random times. It's either 3 or 4 every afternoon, Monday through Friday. So if you have the notifications on, you'll be able to get a notification saying that we are live at that time. Hopefully at some point we get back to just the 4 o'clock. But, dude, the kids and the kids' sports, I'm just getting dominated right now by that schedule. So I got to figure it out. But always got to find time to gamble too. So thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for all the support. We definitely appreciate you. Good luck tonight, no matter what you do. If you have any questions, you can always DM me on Twitter. I will most likely get back to you. So feel free to do that just because there's a lot of moving parts in NBA. So any help we can get, you might as well go ahead and get it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.